JJ, the CPA here. PPP2, what is going to happen there? Gosh, I don't know. And I've been asked, well, what do you think is going to happen? I think if there is a PPP2, hopefully they're going to have heard the call to action with everybody that's been wanting to be a part of this, which is small banks, small employers, self-employed, sole proprietors get the next amount, or at least a very clear allocated amount. So I hope that that's the case. I do think it'll be definitely more well-defined no matter what. I mean, the SBA came out quick. They came out with additional guidelines. They'll probably have paused, and then there'll be much more quick guidelines. I think maybe the government will see what banks were able to, right through them and get them approved and get money out the door, because that really was how it was supposed to be. And I think banks did the best they could, so to speak. For the ones that didn't get the money, I'm sure valid criticism of no, they didn't. But I do feel like the banks, I was getting upset about it before they even, started the program. I mean, we knew it was coming, but which was, banks were adding extra steps, requiring this and requiring that and needing this information. So I think the SBA came out and even further clarified for the banks, like, hey, you don't need all that. Stop. You can just rely on the info they're giving you. What are you asking for all this stuff? So, I think they'll streamline it. Maybe they'll do it through the SBA website. If they do, it'll be a tremendously less amount. We know that you could get 10K in the EIDL, and then it went to per employee, and then boom, before you knew it, that was dried up. So I think that there'll be something additional, but I don't think it'll be forgivable. I don't think it'll be, here you go, you don't have to pay us back. I think it'll be in the form of credits. I also think it'll be in the form of, ollie Oxenfree, get your employees on payroll, and we'll extend out. It's not 8 weeks, it's 12 weeks maybe. All that is pure speculation. Basically, take whatever I'm saying here is just pure thoughts. I have no basis for any of it other than just maybe what I think will happen. So PPP2, stay tuned, if any, but don't wait too much longer. If you're thinking ERC, Employee Retention Credit, if you didn't get PPP, it sure makes a lot of sense here on April 20th that you'd be going after Employee Retention Credit. Form 7200, you get 50% if you're 100 or less employees for what you paid March 13th through March 31st, and then boom, from April 1st to whenever your government opens you back up, 50% of what you're paying your employees, whether they're working or not, if you're 100 or less employees, up to $10,000 of compensation per employee, which is $5,000 tax credit per employee. What? That's some serious cash. But my point is that they may just open that up bigger, better. Okay? I don't know that it'll be what the PPP was, in the sense of, here's some money to go do all these things, because by the time that money comes, we're in a much different set of circumstances. I mean, at this point, that was at the end of March. Think where we are right here on the 20th, how much has changed since then. I mean, at the end of March, we thought maybe we'd be all back up and rocking and rolling by Easter. Here we are a week past Easter. So to me, I don't want to say it as a downer, like, well, don't count on it, okay? I'm just saying, I think if the other funding comes, I just don't think I don't think it'll fully resemble PPP. I think it'll be additional credits, because that guarantees that payroll was being paid, okay? It limits it per employee. And I think that there'll be something maybe related to the 8 weeks. Instead of it being 8 weeks to spend that money, maybe there's a longer period, which they better up to if that's gonna be the case. Seems logical they expand that, because what we're hearing over and over and over from employers is like, no one's even here and I'm paying them. Like, I need this money though for like when we're trying to reopen, and I don't have any money in the hopper to pay them to come back and get us rocking and rolling. And I think that's really what the PPP was meant for. But again, when they put this in play, they were mid-March getting it done, right? If you think about that, it was mid-March, signed into law the 27th of March. They were thinking, hey, we're gonna be back up and running by mid-March, by mid-April. So I tell you what, by the time we hit about Friday, if we don't have strong indications, if you're waiting on PPP2, hoping on that, but you're hoping and waiting to do anything with ERC, you probably want to talk to your advisors and think about doing some ERC. So if that's the next big thing, I just hate for that to run out too. I don't see anywhere where it would run out, but let's not wait, right? So I mean, even this weekend I was getting emails like, hey, should I apply for PPP or EIDL? And I just like, kind of breaks my heart to go like, well, both of them ran out of money. So don't be there, all right? All right. I don't know why I feel optimistic. Maybe it's just because we're done with the stress of, are we going to get it? What do they need? Here we go. Get to the bank, hurry. I mean, for the ones that didn't get the PPP, totally sucks. But it's like, well, but now we know where you're at, which is not in a great position. I get it, but you know where you stand. That uncertainty, the stress, the anxiety of, when are they going to open the chute? When are they going to open the chute? Okay, here you go. I got my number. Where are we at? Where are we at? Is it coming? Is it coming? Is it coming? And then you get it or you don't, or whatever the case is. I mean, that's a stressful time for everybody for about 3 weeks. Holy smokes. So I'm feeling optimistic because guess what? The less variables we start having, from business owner to employer, self-employed, employee, the less variables we have, the further we get down the road on all this, then the stronger we start knowing when we can come back, right? I tell you what, for a guy that just never exercises, this is a lot of work right here. All right, here we go. Here we go. You ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go. JJ the CPA, out.